Sierra Network Radio, where Sierra Leone is never too far away. Sierra Network Radio, the true Sierra Leonean community radio in the diaspora.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets would glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Now I'd like to bring Honorary Consul Patrick Jackson's granddaughter up here to sing the Sierra Leonean national anthem. Why we exalt thee, land of the free, great is the love we have for thee. Surely united, ever we stand, singing thy praise, O native land. We raise up our hearts and our voices on high. The hills and the valleys we echo our cry. Blessed and peace be ever thy own, land that we love, our Sierra Leone. At this time, I'd like to bring.
My name is Eric Wilson. I am just one of you all here on behalf of the Dallas, on behalf of Mayor Mike Wallace, Dallas City Council, the citizens of Dallas. We welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Council of Dallas, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce His Excellency, Ambassador Bockarie Stevens. His Excellency Bockarie Kortu Stevens is the Ambassador of the Republic of Sierra Leone to the United States of America, with residence in Washington, D.C., and also accredited to Canada, Jamaica, the Federative Republic of Brazil, the Republic of Guyana, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Ambassador Stevens was appointed by His Excellency, President Ernest Bai Koroma, on 23rd October 2007 and presented his credentials to President George W. Bush on 11th March 2008. In 1988, Ambassador Stevens served as Sierra Leone's ambassador to the Republic of Guinea with accreditations to Mali, Cape Verde, and Guinea-Bissau. Prior to that, he served as personnel manager at the Sierra Leone Ports Authority. At the outbreak of war in Sierra Leone, Ambassador Stevens was instrumental in marshalling Guinean military support to aid government's war efforts. Ambassador Stevens is a graduate of the Furube College, University of Sierra Leone, and the University of East London. He also holds postgraduate qualifications from the London School of Economics and Political Science, University of London. Added to his diplomatic work, Ambassador Stevens is pursuing a doctoral program in leadership with Capella University. Prior to his current diplomatic postings, Ambassador Stevens worked in London as research and communications officer with the Children's Society, Refugee and Homelessness team. Ambassador Stevens is married with 5 children. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me give a warm Texas welcome to Ambassador Bockarie.
Has 5 children, he has 5 boys, guys.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, Honorary Consuls, business people, Sierra Leoneans and friends of Sierra Leone. It's indeed a wonderful pleasure for me to be here in Texas once again. I had my iPad, but I've lost the documentation. There is one of these things with technology, but I'll try to see how much I was able to capture in my brain. I don't want to waste your time to go through it. I understand I should say something about Mr. Patrick. Patrick has a very distinguished career here in Texas. When we decided to appoint him, we took that into consideration. I don't actually do the appointment. What we do is we make recommendations to the foreign minister and then to the president of Sierra Leone, Dr. And he approved his appointment. And he was went then to the embassy in Washington where we formally I must mention as well, as you might know, that it also has to be approved by the United States government. To be appointed as a consul, you have to have an executor, which in essence is an approval from the United States Department of State and also from the government of Sierra Leone. Now, one of the main functions of honorary consuls is that they must promote trade and investment between their areas of operation and Sierra Leone. So it's a big task for you, Mr. Patrick Jackson. And one thing I want to measure you against is how many trade delegations we are able to facilitate to Sierra Leone. I will be coming to that wherein I will try to enumerate the various incentives that we offer for business people to go to Sierra Leone. But apart from the business of attracting investment to Sierra Leone, you also have a responsibility to look after the Sierra Leone community in the areas of operation. Those are the two main functions that we expect from our honorary consuls. The issue of honorary consuls is embedded in the Geneva Convention, which I think you are privy to, many of you are privy to, which gives invariably the guidelines It's an international statute that recognizes the status of honorary consuls. So it's guaranteed by international instruments. So whilst we are here today, I want to entreat Mr. Jackson and also all of you here to help him and make his job easy so that he might be able to take investments to Sierra Leone. In September this year, President Obama will be having a business forum, the United States Africa Business Forum. We're expecting all the presidents of Africa to be there. It will be a one-day meeting. And we hope before that forum that we can get people that we can take there. It is going to be helped by the Bloomberg Philanthropists, but also by the State Department, wherein they are trying to get business people from all over the United States and align them with our chief executives in our country so that they can sit side by side, moderated by President Obama himself, so that we can be able to have investment to Africa. Africa is the next generation. Whether we like it or not, it's going to be the next generation. We have the population, we have the raw materials, we have minerals, we have resources, we have the youngest population in the world. So whether we like it or not, we are going to be the next port of call. So we need to help Mr. Jackson so that we all can be able to do that. Doing business in Sierra Leone, I will leave a lot of documents with Mr. Jackson. I can't do justice to that within a space of 10 minutes. But there will be a lot to Patrick Jackson that he can offer. Sierra Leone is strategically placed for business. From Sierra Leone to Brazil is 4.5 hours. From Sierra Leone to Europe is 6 hours. From Sierra Leone to United States is 8 hours. So we are strategically placed to these important gateway markets. The European market, AGOA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which the United States Senate extended last year for another 10 years. AGOA allows free importation of goods from Africa, selected goods, free of duty. Sierra Leone needs to take that up. It's only about 2 or 3 countries in Africa that are really taking that up, including South Africa, Nigeria, and most of them is oil. We don't have oil, but we have agricultural produce, cashew, groundnut, palm oil, which if we produce them and do a value addition on them, we can export them free to the United States markets. So we need investment in those areas. For the purpose of facilitating investment, to register a company takes about 2 months. Now it can take only 3 days. You can even register a company now online. That's the latest I got from SLIPA. SLIPA is the agency that the government of Sierra Leone created. It's called Sierra Leone Import-Export Agency, SLIPA, S-L-I-E-P-E. And what SLIPA does is to make business easy for prospective investors. It's a one-stop shop. So instead of you going through a solicitor, going through a lawyer to establish a business in Sierra Leone, you can contact SLIPA and they can do everything under one roof. They can register a company, they can give you a company name, they can give you advice, they can give PPP, public-private partnership, they can give you people that you can work with in these areas. One of the main accounting firms in Sierra Leone used to charge about $5,000 to register a company. Today, you only have to pay $50, and you don't need a solicitor to do it. You can do it on SLIPA, and you can register your company There are other incentives which the government provides. We have an industrial court. Let us see. We have an up-to-date investor's guide, which is in a PowerPoint presentation. I will give it to the consul. It's brought up to date to March 2016. It will show you exactly whether it's a big area you want to invest in, whether it's a small area you invest in, whether you want to invest in the agricultural business centers. These are all available areas that we need to have you interested and hope that you can come. Sierra Leone was doing very well before Ebola. We have had our difficulties. We had a rebel war for about 10 years. But after the rebel war, our economy was growing about 15% average. We are one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And then we had Ebola. Ebola brought us down to our knees. It destroyed us. But even with that, the World Bank came out yesterday with a report in Sierra Leone. We are projected, for now, for this year, our projected growth is 4%. For next year, our projected growth is 7%. So, despite all the difficulties that we have started growing. So, I will entice you to take Sierra Leone as a business destination. And that's why I'm here today. The embassy is there, the consulate is there. We'll try to equip the consul with every information that you want on Sierra Leone so that we can get you to go and invest in Sierra Leone. Like I said, I think it's on the 19th of September that President Obama will be holding the Africa-US Summit. Summit. Yes. So maybe a lot of you here might be interested. We can arrange. We'll be bringing a lot of our president to be coming, but not only the president, but we'll be bringing a lot of our company executives to New York so that they can be able to meet with you. If some people are here and you want them to come from New York to here, we'll be prepared to bring them here. If it's serious business, as long as it's credible, these chief executives, so that you talk one-to-one. They will put what's on the table, you put what's on the table, and you'll be able to reach an agreement. If you want us well to fly to New York, we'll be prepared to organize that. So although it's been held by the State Department, but we are not fettered to arrange some of it. If we have investors here that want to meet with our chief executives, we hope to bring most of the main chief executives here, so that you can meet with them in New York, or they can come to Texas so that you can sit and discuss. So that is what I have to say for our business interest in Sierra Leone. I hope I've not been too boring and too long.
Accepting the flag on behalf of the city of Dallas.
On behalf of my country, Sierra Leone, I give you the donated flag of the Republic of Sierra Leone. It's a green, white, and blue. Green represents our agricultural productivity. The white is for peace, and I believe the blue is for the Atlantic Ocean. I stand corrected if you want to correct me.
Why don't we bring you all up front so everybody can see this exchange, and then we'll put it up.
Hold on, let's
Let's unfurl it.
Is it a long
Let's unfurl it. Yes. And then we'll get it as Patrick speaks. Oopsie. Careful there.
Is it right side?
Yes, correct.
Well,
That's the way.
this is the.
Oh, no, I guess here.
There you go.
And at this time, guys, can I please get all the honorary consuls to come take a photo as well with the flags? Yeah, I'm gonna get one of mine.
As Honorary Consul for Sierra Leone of Texas, to Texas, surrounding states, Patrick Jackson's major focus in his new post will be enhancing bilateral relations in trade, economy, culture, and science between the state of Texas and surrounding states with his home country, Sierra Leone. Mr. Jackson became the first African to be elected as a council member in the city of Rowlett, where he also rose to the position of deputy mayor. He's an entrepreneur and is CFO of several companies and holds a master's degree in engineering from Oklahoma State University. Mr. Jackson enjoys fishing, golf, and tennis. He's married with 5 children, and he has 4 beautiful grandchildren. Mr. Jackson, would you come up and say a few words to us?
Thank you very much, Ms. Regina. We appreciate you, appreciate all you do for the African countries, and appreciate everybody for coming today. His Excellency, Ambassador Stevens, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Wilson, Honorary Consuls, fellow Honorary Consuls, I guess I could say that.
Yes.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by giving all praise and honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for His grace and blessing us all. I want to express to you the hierarchy of the city of Dallas, great appreciation for the honor which you have given me by hosting this historic event. His Excellency Ambassador Stevens, words are inadequate to describe how you have appreciated for the candid recommendation. While the office you occupy as Ambassador of the Republic of Sierra Leone in the United States bestows honor to you, you have shared the honor to me in a manner that I will use to fulfill the office that you have promoted me to. Feeling of political and economic advantage. Let me assure you, sir, that by the support of the City of Dallas, I will bring to the office competence, conscience, and an understanding heart. To you, my family of the City of Dallas, I would like to say your support to my appointment as Honorary Counsel have never been passive or mere approval. It has been spontaneous, active, enthusiastic, since I became a council member of the City of Rowlett in 2007. I believe my outstanding performance as a City Council member of the City of Rowlett caused them to promote me to the Deputy Mayor. And I am confident that I will extend that performance to the highest level in what I'm about to undertake now as your Honorary Counsel. Let me right away tell you that as I stand here today before you, I was honored by the trust and confidence His Excellency reposed with me to recommend me to the President of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. Therefore, it is gratifying for me as to see some diplomats and members of the Chambers of Commerce, and also to see my fellow honorary consuls here. I welcome you guys and thank you all for coming. I know we've met a lot of other times and I have great admiration for each and every one of you. I thank you very much. I am indeed honored and humbled to be the first Sierra Leonean African honorary consul to the state of Texas. As many of us are aware, the fact that Texas is the second largest state in the United States in terms of geography, I feel privileged and honored to be appointed honorary consul of my country to this great state. I would like to assure you, I would like to let you know, share with you how I came to Dallas. Some 30-some years ago, I came here from Oklahoma as a student to watch the Dallas Cowboys play. Those were the days when the Cowboys, Roger Staubach, Tony Dorsett, and a whole bunch of other guys were in the prime, and we're doing great things to Dallas and to this whole Southwest area. Then that evening after we left the game, I said to my fiance, honey, you know something? I think we should consider moving to Dallas. And she says, why? And she says, because of the Cowboys? I said, no. I said, you know, Texas has a reputation for nice barbecue, wide open spaces, and thrilling city, just like Dallas seemed to be. And you know another thing? Honey, you would not believe that Texas is the largest state in the continental United States. And also that Texas thump in land mass any other states in the United States in growth population. As they have told you, and it's written in the brochure, I'm a graduate from Oklahoma State University. Go Cowboys. Thank you very much for your support and acknowledgement. After working for several years and for several big companies, to include the city of Dallas, I worked for the city of Dallas while they were putting in that monorail that we all enjoy now. I was one of the engineers there many months ago. After doing that, it came to my mind to jump into business. And I pursued that with equal passion that I've pursued in doing everything else I've done in my life. And again, I thank God for the opportunities. Currently, we established an institution for the elders and the disabled people in Dallas area, in Dallas-Fort Worth area actually, through the Home Health Agency that we run. I also maintain one of the finest buildings, some of the finest buildings in Dallas and Dallas area, through the building maintenance company that I also run. Being a dual citizen here in the United States, I have the obligation to perform the duties not limited to enhancing bilateral relations in trade, economy, culture between Texas and Sierra Leone. It is true that many Africans were descendants from Sierra Leone slaves and were exported to the United States since the 1800s. This is according to research. I was not there, and I don't think any of you were. Therefore, the relationship between Sierra Leone and America is not a strange or doubtful one. Our president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, believes in political philosophy of recognition and affirmation of division within the political body. He maintains a cultural value that permits peaceful cohesion of different interests despite heavy political differences. We are seeing it every day in the United States. Perhaps we've learned from the United States through the democracy. I believe democracy and freedom of speech are two social values that makes America great. Dr. Nkrumah strongly believes that inclusive political institution and inclusive economic institutions are central to the growth and prosperity of Sierra Leone. Since he was elected as president of the country, he stepped up his effort to encourage all Sierra Leoneans. As a matter of fact, his first agenda that he had when he was elected back in 2007 was the agenda for change. He called one of our sisters right here from Dallas, in the person of Mrs. Nana Thomas, to assist in the process and assignment, and assigned her as the director and second in command of the attitudinal and behavioral change, which this my able sister performed amicably, to the point that recently the president has promoted her to the Minister of Public and Political Affairs. After his re-election in 2012, he came with another one, the Agenda for Prosperity. And Sierra Leone was doing extremely well, as the ambassador mentioned, to the point that the United Nations ranked Sierra Leone as one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Unfortunately, Ebola hit. In April 2014, and thanks to the international community for their expressed interest and expressed desire to help stamp out this disease, it was stamped out in a very short time. But of course, it has left its mark, and we're struggling to get out of that one. In my great ambition, I have served as the president of Creole Descendants Union, and I've also served as the chairman of Creole Descendants Union, the global group. KDU is a non-profit organization that is helping our brothers and sisters back home through reflection, education, and charitable contribution. And I can see one of our greatest cheerleaders here, Mr. and Mrs. Sebon. Thank you for coming. I appreciate all you do for Sierra Leone. I'm also one of the executive directors of the Association of Sierra Leonean Organizations in Texas, ASWAT. ASWAT is also a non-profit organization, partners with a lot of companies, including Restore Hope. They are one of our biggest partners. And this company, Restore Hope, they've done a lot to redeem the series of social issues in Sierra Leone. And I believe that if more can emulate this, we will all be able to contribute in the restoration of our country in very exemplary roles. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am full of honor to see my country's flag being raised up here a few minutes ago. Yes, the flag of Sierra Leone. The flag, most flags represent the country's anthem and embody. Okay, let me start again. Like other countries, Sierra Leone's national flag, anthem, embodies the spirit of the people. The color green, as the ambassador said, is for the agriculture. The color white is for unity and justice. And blue evokes the natural harbor, which is in Freetown, the capital of Sierra Leone. His Excellency Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude by wishing each and every one of us good luck and the saying Godspeed to each and every one of us. But I must first thank the City of Dallas and my able and great chairperson, Ms. Regina, for putting this wonderful show together for us. May I close my statement by saying the words, which in many languages, in many forms, in many religions, brought comfort and strength. May the peace of God that passes all understanding be with us all, and remain with us all. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. At this time, I'd like like to bring up my partner in crime, my brother, my friend, Dr. Remiju Sekwaba, President of the West Africa Texas Chamber of Commerce, to come up and say a few words of congratulations.
Thank you. It is indeed an honor to be here. I guess I'm told too. When I was asked by Regina to come here and congratulate Honorable Patrick Jackson on this deserving honor, I jumped at the opportunity until I realized that he's a graduate of Oklahoma State. As a graduate of University of Texas at Austin, you understand. But nevertheless, I'm here to congratulate him. This is a tremendous honor, sir. As the president of the West Africa Texas Chamber of Commerce, our goal, among others, is to establish and foster business opportunities and investment between the great state of Texas and the West African region. I was going to highlight the many benefits of investing and doing businesses in West Africa, particularly Sierra Leone, but His Excellency greatly highlighted many of those benefits. So there's no need for me to go in detail. But I do want to emphasize that the charge that he has given Honorable Jackson to one of his purposes is to identify and promote investment opportunity to Sierra Leone. The West Africa Texas Chamber is ready to support you. We want to work with you, listen to you, collaborate with you, and identify entrepreneurs that are here in Texas, specifically Dallas, Texas, that are interested in doing business in Sierra Leone. And conversely, entrepreneurs, businesses that are in Sierra Leone interested in doing business in Dallas, Texas, Texas as a whole, we are ready to work. So again, on behalf of the West African Texas Chamber, on behalf of the West African community here in Dallas, congratulations, sir, on an honor well deserved. Thank you very much.
Always make me so proud. One of those other things when I was having a senior moment that I said that I couldn't remember, I now remember. Mr. Kelechi Eke is in the room. We're also going to be supporting the Africa Film Festivals that's going to happen here in July. Biggleby is his organization, and we really need to support this, guys. He's going to be getting films from all of Africa, so all of you in your home countries who know filmmakers who are looking, who are doing good films, productive films, Casey, please, I want you to, here, why don't you come up here and just say a word? I would like you to just come up and say a word. No, I mean, really, this is important. This is important. He's a wonderful filmmaker himself, Your Excellency. He does good work.
Let me put you on the spot.
Thank you very much, Regina. I greet all of you. You're looking very wonderful this afternoon. And thank you for having me. I see Mr. Wilson here, the African Film Festival is coming. As I was listening to the Honorable deliver his speech about Sierra Leone, I was actually very moved about some of the things he highlighted, especially when it came to Ebola. We've received so many films from Africa, parts of Africa, that when I saw some of the films about Ebola, I dropped tears. And these filmmakers are coming to share our stories about Africa here. And I will encourage all of you to, come
and support what we are trying to bring to Dallas. African Films has been wonderful. And to see Sierra Leone here talking about Ebola and have all these materials to share with all of you in July, it's touching. It's quite touching. So congratulations on your appointment and look forward to seeing you in July.
You guys posted on what's going on. At this time, I'd like to bring up the lovely, beautiful, newly appointed chairwoman for the East Africa Chamber, Miss Elsa McDowell. She's made real power. This is the East Africa Chamber's first female chairperson, and we're looking forward to looking for great things from her. She wants to say a word of congratulations as well.
Thank you so much. I can't say enough about Regina, who so multi-talented and didn't know she could sing so well. It just blew me away. But on behalf of the East African Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank you, Regina, again, and the City of Dallas for your continued support. It's my pleasure to be here to congratulate you, Honorable Patrick Jackson, Ambassador. Thank you so much. The East African Chamber represents the East African bloc and continuously promotes trade and investment between the U.S. and East Africa. Currently, the LabSet project is addressing the needs of East Africa partners with construction of the high-speed rails that you spoke of, and major highway and pipeline from the Indian Ocean in Kenya to Marlborough, Uganda. The high-speed rail and the major highway is expected to connect East Africa and West Africa trading partners, and the regional countries are funding this project. The East Africa Chamber is also involved with the high-level ambassadors, or the discussion between the direct flights from DFW, East Africa to West Africa, and we expect this discussion to be actualized soon once the FAA audits are completed. So our partners, as I was saying before, the ambassadors are very supportive of the chamber, and I would like to ask every one of you to partner with us and attend the annual Trade and Investment Conference that we have in September, at the end of September 29th through October 2nd. Again, thank you so much for inviting us here to be part of this. It's a very exciting moment, I'm sure, for you. You have a lot of work to do, and we're looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
A panel for Europe and Asia, Asia and Africa panel for the Department of Commerce in October, and me and Corey got real cool real quick. And so he told me that he couldn't make it today, but he would send Mr. Andrew Jones. So thank you, Andrew, for coming.
Well, thank you all. I'm really honored to be here. This is a very special treat for me. And as Regina said, this is sort of an impromptu thing for me. My friend at MoneyGram, my colleague in the law department there, couldn't make it, and so he asked me to, and I was happy to do so. It's a real honor to be here. I want to thank the City of Dallas, thank the World Affairs Council for its role as well. And Regina, thank you. Regina and I were talking when I came here, and to show how small the world is, she is a Kansas girl, I'm a Kansas boy. Who would figure? She grew up in Kansas City, Kansas, though, and I grew up clear almost out of Colorado. So same state, but it's a small world. Florence Corker, we were talking as well because I settled here, and it turns out that she and I had worked in the same building for the same company for a brief period as well. So the world is a small place. You're talking about you don't like the East-West, one Africa is your mantra, I guess. And I would say the same thing. I build on that. We're one world. We've got connections here that we don't even know. We walk into a room, we find out that we're both Kansans, or we both work for the same company. And my company, MoneyGram, that's kind of our philosophy. The slogan that we have is bringing people together. We are a financial services company. Many of you probably are familiar with what we do in terms of money transfer. We help expats, largely that's a big part of our business, send money back to their home countries. With Sierra Leone, we have a significant business. Last year, I think the numbers that I was given was that over $40 million was sent from expats back to Sierra Leone. So it's a significant business. $30 million came back to the United States. So we are a company here in the Dallas area. We are headquartered here, already doing business in Sierra Leone, as we do in 200 other countries. We recognize the importance of international trade, international relations, and in terms of the investment that the ambassador mentioned, we are involved in that. We are not only traditional financial services methods, looking at mobile payments, the technology that exists, we will be making ongoing investments in those ways, and we look forward to working with you and the new consular. Congratulations in that process. So again, it's a real privilege for us to be here. I want to thank the city, and Regina, thank you very much, and best wishes to you and your new appointment. Thank you.
Andrew, and I really hope that Manny Brown will consider partnering with us for the fashion show. It's going to be something fantastic. Truly.
How about this?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. We're going to put you in some Sierra Leone clothes in there. Okay. At this time, last but certainly not least, I'm going to bring up my friend and other partner in crime, Mr. James Falk from the World Affairs Council, who is also the Honorary Consul for Morocco, to congratulate and, to say a few words. Jim, before you do that, would you, hold on, Ambassador, would you come up? I wanted to give you a tinky tiny gift as a token of our appreciation for you taking time out of your schedule to come be with us. This is a new book of Dallas, all of our beautiful, wonderful new sites. I want you to put it in your office. Go ahead and think about us often and come see about us every now.
Thank you very much. And I see that I have closing comments, which I'm keeping you away from the reception that I suspect will continue. I am delighted to be here, Your Excellency. Welcome to Dallas-Fort Worth. It's wonderful to see my friend and now new colleague in the Consular Corps. Congratulations, Mr. Jackson. And it's also great to see so many members of the Consular Corps here. Your Excellency, the large attendance here today underscores a few things. One, it underscores that there's a great deal of interest in Africa, and particularly Sierra Leone. It also shows that your new honorary consul has a lot of friends. And one thing it demonstrates too is something that all of us are beginning to get a much greater realization, and that is Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas is truly on the world stage. Now, you are not the first honorary consul of Africa, because Morocco, indeed, is the gateway to Africa. I always need to remind you of that. It really is quite remarkable to see the number of direct routes that go through Morocco to West Africa, and the exchanges that are taking place between Europe and West Africa through Morocco. One of the things, too, that I think is so important about your country is that very much like Dallas-Fort Worth, you thrive on diversity, and your government thrives on diversity. You went through a difficult time, just like this country, but you have a population of 60% Muslim, 30% indigenous religions, and 10% Christian, and you're considered one of the most religiously tolerant countries in Africa. And you truly are a democracy as well. Now, you know, today, the city of Dallas-Fort and the whole North Texas can boast that we have 6 career consuls and 28 honorary. This is a remarkable transformation from what it was 2 or 3 years ago. And there's another African country that will soon be announced. There's another country in Europe. And so while Houston still has numerous more career consuls, we are now probably in about the top 6 or 7 in the United States and continuing to grow. And there's no reason that won't continue to happen. Another symbol and true evidence that Dallas is being viewed on this world stage is in just a few days' time, we will be hosting one of the most important conferences in the world tourism away from here. This is only the third time that this conference has been held in the United States. And I think that again demonstrates that Dallas is, as The Economist said, Boomtown, USA. On behalf of all of my colleagues here in the Consular Corps, we look forward to supporting you because in your new role, while, as His Excellency said, you are responsible for building trade ties and tourism, and I hope as well student exchanges, because I noted that Sierra Leone has very few foreign students in the United States. And when you look at the universities, great universities that are here, I know you can help that grow. But you also now have a responsibility to support the other people in the room who are representing their countries, whether it's Japan or Morocco, because together, all of us can make Dallas a much more vibrant international center. We never forget that we're ambassadors first for the country that we represent, or our consuls, but also for the entire international community and for our region. Congratulations again. Thank you, Your Excellency, for being here. Enjoy the rest of the evening and the weekend.
My beautiful brothers and sisters, but I truly, from the bottom of my spirit, I really thank each of you for taking your time out to come. I know you could have been doing a whole lot of other things. We have about 20 more minutes. Wanted to get some photo opportunities with the ambassador and our new honorary consul, as well as please eat up that food. It's Friday. It is Friday. Can't nobody take it home, so please eat up the food. And trying to see if I missed. We have Department of Commerce in the room as well. I would like you to meet with my dear friend Kenneth Haynes, Acting Director for Department of Commerce as well. So thank you guys again. Please enjoy the rest of the afternoon.